Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Sports Talk Network channel. And welcome to what I would call another random video in regards to a video that's not a podcast. It's not an update video for the channel, and it's not talking about a TV show. So, as for Thanksgiving week, and I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving that celebrated American Thanksgiving in America. Um, but yeah, with the TV shows on a hiatus, just a short hiatus for some of them. Um, Perfect Harmony, Single Parents will be coming back next week, along with this. No, along with Riverdale. I don't think This Is Us is returning until 2020, so they're no longer break in a holiday break, let alone Thanksgiving break. But that's fine. That's cool. Looking forward to that. But this video is different, as you can tell by the title of it. We're talking about two interesting subjects that I'm fascinated about in regards to researching, learning, watching TV shows about. I mean, actual TV shows about them, not just shows I like talking about it. Like I mean, actual like not Natural Geographic History Channel, more so. And otherwise, I do watch shows like Ghost Hunters and otherwise. I do enjoy them. I do feel they're somewhat overproduced, but I still enjoy them for what they are. Um, then again, what TV show is not overproduced or produced? You know, NFL in a sense, WWE totally, scripted television. Um, but there's still some things you can't fake. So I want to talk about aliens and ghosts. Interesting company, interesting tag team, right? For me to be speaking about. And I wanted to share my thoughts. Now, while I'm doing so, I'm just gonna have my personal Twitter handle here, just while I'm talking here, not for the whole thing, but just for a little bit. So if you're wanting to share your thoughts in response to this, it's here. I'll promote it at the end of the episode, at the end of the video. Point is when I was younger, we had this we call friendly ghost. Or we determined that to be TV going on, period time. I'm cutting grass in the backyard. I could see in the downstairs basement television, big box TV we used to have, or we had there. That was at the time a big screen. Yeah, I remember I'm 31. Um, and just going on all by itself. Just like, so. And other moments during my childhood, more so as adult, um, with these sounds and noises, and thinking me and my mom were hearing things, and maybe not as big or crazy stories as other people have told in regards to ghosts and stuff like that, spirits, and the spiritual world. Um, I guess you could call it a haunting, but nothing of like a bad haunting. But we call it a friendly ghost. Maybe a family member, maybe not, but still in a friendly way. Over at that house. And then over here at this house, current residence is more of what my nephew notices when he's over. And as I always say, kids notice things, or kids are the portal into the world, and in a sense of their young minds and don't know any better, sort of thing. Just the other day through on Thanksgiving, or the day after Thanksgiving, he was still over on Friday, and I came home from work, and um, we're just hanging out with him, putting on a show that I thought he would like, and he did enjoy the Puppy Dog Pals on Disney Plus, and point is, he's enjoying that and everything. We're done with that, and we're about to clean up, his toys and get them ready for when his mom has to come to pick him up, and we're just sitting there and whatever, and he's looking toward behind us, behind the couch, not this couch, but the couch upstairs in the living room that you've seen before. I've done videos on that couch, let alone on the front table. The point is behind there. He's looking back there by the front door and that little open space we have that's there. And he's like saying hi, or he's just looking at something. And not looking at a clock or looking at a or outside that's there, because there really isn't anything there anymore, like there was. In that sense of an actual object. But we think and we believe that he was talking to my late grandfather. My mom's late father, and there was one other time when he was over at the house a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but a little while ago, where we're going up and down the hall that ends at the bathroom, and then there's two rooms at the end where it ends the hallway, and then where it kind of cuts off, and that being the end of the hallway. And anyway, the bathroom being right here on this side, and and this is still for my mom in front of you because I wasn't up there at that moment, but Kaden turns and looks in the bathroom and says hi, and says he saw two people in there. My mom automatically, went to being grandma and grandpa. A couple of days after my grandpa passed away in June of last year, there was this shower head that was in the bathroom that my mom got for him a while ago, and for him to help him take his showers. He did that every Monday, so he can sit down and clean himself. But anyways, a couple of days after his passing, in the middle of the night, it just fell down. It could have been just because of the suction cups, um, and other, tangible reasons. But my mom believes, I believe, that it was him kind of saying, "Okay, you don't need us anymore," sort of thing. My grandfather's a very direct person, a very a caring person, but direct person. Tell you like it is, sort of thing too. But all of that, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I mean, sorry, responding for some stuff. But no, it's just having those little moments. And then from watching the TV shows and watching specifically Ghost Adventures, a show that I've been watching for years. Um, Watching History Channel stuff on spirits and ghosts and that kind of realm, and thinking. And I believe in that stuff. Hold on. but I believe in it. I believe that, like I said, in a positive way, people that pass away can haunt you or return to you in a sense, in that way. When I cut the grass in summer, there's these two specific, what I can only describe as small white butterflies, literally small little white butterflies. Now I've asked my mom if she's seen these before when picking weeds or walking around the yard in summer with Caden, or whatever else she's doing in the backyard during the summer, for a long period of time or all. She goes, no, she's never seen them. I'm going, are you sure? Because I'm sure they're usual things that people see. They're not, just coming to me. I don't think. It's not like something that I'm just seeing, right? But anyways, they are that, those small little, what seem like little white butterflies. That when I'm cutting the grass, they're like following me almost the whole, maybe not the whole time. That might be a little extra, a little dramatic there. It's not the whole time, but a good part of it when I'm cutting the grass. And they're following me, and I have to stop and go past them. Well, not past them, but make sure not to run them over because they, land in the grass ahead of me. And it's like, hi, Grandma, Grandpa. They're playing with me in regards to, ooh, watch out, sort of thing. And in the end, I don't care if it's not real or not. In regards to the thinking behind it, because it's what I believe. And I'm just being honest with y'all, or whoever sees this video, whoever, sees the light of day of this video. I just want to share my stories. I just wanted to share my thoughts on this topic, both the topic of ghosts, spirits, and hauntings, and we'll get into aliens, and extraterrestrials. But yeah, those are some stories I did share in that regard, and very eerie, but also comforting for me. Um, I had a very strong connection, or a very strong connection with my grandfather, and especially with the last 6 years when he lived here with me and my mom, and how our relationship seems to bond even stronger with those last 6 years than the many before. Then 25 years before that. That was a good relationship. I'm not saying it wasn't. It was fine. I enjoyed seeing him every time, and every time we went to Brookfield, is where they were from. Which, by the way, they built their house with their own bare hands, or at least family helping them. But they did work too to build that house. If they start a family and lived there all, or pretty much most of their lives, and would have lived there to their last days, if my mom didn't convince them to sell the house and come live with her and me here and up north, northern Wisconsin or north central Wisconsin. But the reason I'm sharing that part of the story is because of my personal ties with my grandfather and my grandmother's. Me and my grandmother's, grandmother's relationship was strong before they moved and grew stronger since. But I would say more so my attachment being with my grandfather. And that's both being military people, and always I enjoyed hearing his stories of the war and just of his sharp mind that he always had. He could always tell you. Like, I asked him once, just randomly, we're having dinner together, just me and him, and just randomly asking him, so what would you say being your your first memory of life or memory. And he tells me a story about when he was like a year and a half, or maybe not too much older, and in his father's shop, and sunny day in the afternoon, and this and that. And I'm like, wow, how he can remember all that. I'd be hard pressed just to remember how old I was or what exactly is going on in my first memory, let alone details of any kind. But that was my grandfather, Grandpa Ray. I know I had to post on Twitter and otherwise about it, but it's just. So in that personal connection in regards to how I feel, how I think that my grandparents are connected to this house here, let alone their own house, they're in Brookfield, that they lived, that has a new family there, that I'm sure they're happy that my grandparents would be happy that, and they were, because they were alive, obviously, with the sale and, many, years since with correspondence with the person. I know my grandma and the new owner, and corresponded back and forth, just what was changed, how they're enjoying this and that, and I'm sure Grandma's sharing some stories as well to her. But anyways, I feel connection that they have here. And did you know that now, every single day, technically 24/7, I at least try to have 2 pennies in my pocket. Somewhat for lucky stuff, lucky pennies. But grandma and grandpa, both pockets, sort of thing. Whether it's about luck, whether it's just about feeling connection with something, whatever. And again, I don't care if it sounds crazy. I don't care if it sounds weird. I really don't. I mean that respectfully, of course, because I respect everybody's opinion. But I do believe in the supernatural in a sense. I do believe in ghosts. I do believe in what we can quantumly determine to be facts, what we can see with our own eyes, what we experience individually. If you have a story of yourself, of your life, if you've ever had something like that. Also, have you ever had a dream? Beyond scary dreams and happy dreams in general, but a dream with a loved one that has passed. Either in your dream or you wake up freaking out because of the dream. My mom was telling this, maybe it's not because of it was a scary dream in itself, which sometimes it probably was. But maybe it was just them, one of them, messing with you as they might have in life with something going on in that dream. Or if you just literally have a dream about them, their way of being with you in that moment. We think it's just when we asked Caden, who did he see? He said it was Papa or Grandpa, it would be his great grandfather. But he's not old enough to say great grandfather. Okay, so because my grandpa was alive when he was born and saw him a couple times, many times. But yeah, so we have the friendly ghost at the old house, and we have my late grandparents, I believe, are here I don't even want to say the word haunting because it's not in a scary negative way, but just being here and watching over us. Just as much as God watches over all His children here for them all, us all. But again, that's my side of things. You're welcome to let me know what you think. What you think of my stories? What you think of that? My experiences? What you have? If you had any of your own experiences in regards to late grandparents, or not late grandparents, but just people in your lives. Well, for me, it brings comfort. For me, it brings closeness. For me, it also brings some closure in my mourning process of them. My grandmother passed away in 2006, the year I graduated high school. Nope, not 2006, 2016. Sorry, 10 years after I graduated high school. Sorry, my bad. 2016. She was a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor, 20 plus years of that. So, 20 plus years survivor. She passed away in 2016. My grandfather, June 2018. So yeah, that's about that. Now let's talk about aliens. Talk about extraterrestrials. Are they here, and are we not alone? That one's something that I've watched, and because my mom really got into these history shows, and I as well. I've enjoyed them too, and I've learned a lot from them. Now, not everything from what they say I do believe. Some seem a little far-fetched. Some seem a little dramatical for the show and for what they're trying to say, but to say we're the only life forms here on this planet might be a little condescending in a sense. I'm just saying. We hear about the Area 51, we hear about Roswell and all these other stories. And stories from celebrities as well. I mean, heck, there's a TV series on History Channel or I think on Travel Channel or History Channel, one of them, of celebrities and their paranormal interactions, and specifically with aliens, Earth, whether they think of abduction or this and that. So many books written about it. Now, this one's a little less of a personal story that I did have in regard to ghosts and that topic. This one's more of a what do I believe in? It's in the basis of things that I've read and learned and had talked with my mom about. And for me personally, I will just put it this way: Earth is massive. There are sections that alone of the United States, let alone of this world, that are unknown to be discovered to what could be living there or underneath there. In some cases, especially Antarctica, heard a lot about underground dwellings in cities and underground things of alien inhabitants. Government cover up and this and that. Do I believe in all that? Maybe not. I myself was in the government, but all in all, I'm not ruling it all out. You hear from the ancient time, especially in Egypt, of stories of things that in parts of the world, like I said, that were unknown would be inhabited there. But either way, I say, who knows? What could else be out there? And if they're here, all I know is they are. I respect all people and all things. The point is, I'm not bother. It's one of those. Respect. And I think it's very interesting in regards to what to be talked about in regards to the topic of aliens and extraterrestrials. In regards to what could be, not be. But who's to say? Who's to know, really? But thank you for those that are watching. At least they'll have an open mind to listen to what I'm saying, or listen to my opinion on it. I'm not trying to steer anybody either way. I'm not trying to have a whole video about this is why you should believe they're here or not, or this is why you should believe in ghosts or not. It's not that kind of diatribe kind of video. Because I don't want to make you feel something. I just want you to open your eyes to think about it. Maybe. And that's all I hope to do. Make somebody think about it. About either one. Aliens and extraterrestrials or ghosts and hauntings. Either way. Either way. Just think. And you'll come to your own conclusion whether you believe in it or you don't. I'm not here to try to spit out facts and stories and whole reports and things that I've learned or heard about in regards to both topics, but I just want to share my experiences, my thoughts on it, my story on it, both of them. Now, I had more of a story in regards to ghosts and stuff with a personal connection than with aliens, but still. It's one of those, we think we know everything, but in the end, we have no idea. And that includes me. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. And thank you for those that watch live and watch otherwise. Find me on Twitter, as I've been showing at Army_Strong_06. My wrestling show at The Ramble _WWE. My NFL show at Talking_Packers. Find me on Instagram at StephenK_06 and the Snapchat StevieK_06. There. But all ball is well. I'll be sharing this video in tweets as I usually do. But I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, the rest of your day. Sorry about that close up there. But yeah, like I said, I was showing this shirt. Have you heard of my podcast? But yeah, I just want to talk about this topic and look forward to hearing feedback for anybody that does see this. Let me know if you watch this. Let me know if it made you think, or at least just hear my stories. I know this is something I usually don't talk about. Just like with anybody, you don't know everything about them, good or bad. But just for me hearing this, what I research and interested in, it's going to be interesting. Look forward to hearing from all of you. Indeed. I hope you all have a blessed day, and above all else, as always, take care.